Hello everyone. In today's lecture, I will be dealing with or discussing with mesh analysis, which is the basic but the most important concept of network theory or basic electrical engineering subjects. So, first of all, we will discuss that what is a mesh. In general, we have two terms, mesh and loop. To differentiate what is a mesh and what is a loop, I have already drawn one network. So, here I will be writing some terms over here. So, first of all, we have two different terms, loop and mesh. First of all we will understand what is the difference between these two terms, then we will go to the basics of mesh analysis. So, here loop may be consist of any closed circuit. So, in the given diagram there may be n number of loops. Loop 1 may be A, B, E, F. Loop 2 may be A, B, C, D, E, F. Next may be F, E, D, H, G. In this way, there in the given network there are n number of loops can be calculated over here. But if we go for the mesh specific to the given circuit, we have overall 3 meshes A, B, E, F, mesh 1. Mesh 2 will be B, C, D, E, and mesh 3 will be F, E, D, H, G. So, to differentiate between loop and mesh, what we can say is mesh is a loop which does not contain any other loop. Loop is basically a closed circuit. Any closed circuit can be considered as a loop. But when we consider for mesh, mesh is a loop which does not contain any other loop within it. So, the smallest loop is called as the mesh. So, in the given circuit we have 3 different meshes we can say. Now, we will start with mesh analysis. Mesh analysis deals or provides better results when there are n number of voltage sources. This particular analysis is basically for planar networks. Here, first of all, to solve any given circuit by using mesh analysis, there are some steps involved. Steps are, step number 1, first of all we will identify number of loops. Then assign loop currents over there and then apply KVL and Ohm's law to solve simultaneous equations. And from all these 4 steps we will be getting the unknown currents whatever we have. So, in the diagram, first of all we will identify number of meshes. Here we have already identified 3 meshes are there. What we will do next step will be, we will assign the mesh currents. So, generally we can assign any direction to these mesh currents, but it will be simple to solve if we apply clockwise directions to those mesh currents. So, I have applied clockwise to mesh I1, mesh I2 and mesh I3, and then after that we will apply KVL and Ohm's law and then simultaneous equations we will be solving. So, first of all in mesh 1 we will apply KVL. KVL is actually Kirchhoff's voltage law. So, by applying KVL we will be having V1 minus, see here first of all we will go for the mesh 1, that is A, B, E and F. Here we have one voltage source, one resistance and one another resistance R2. R1, R2 and V1 consist of mesh 1. We have mesh current I1. But what we can see over here that the component R1 is having two or we can say two mesh currents are flowing through R1. Similarly, two mesh currents are flowing through R2. So whenever we are writing for first mesh, we will consider I1's direction. If the other currents are flowing in the same direction, so we will take it as positive. If they are flowing in opposite direction, then we will take it as negative. So while writing KVLs or the voltage equations for R1, this particular, so it will be R1 I1 minus I2. As you can see here, for R1, the current I1 is downwards and the current I2 is upwards. So we will be write V1 I1 minus I2 into R1 minus, for this particular R2 we have two currents I1 and I3. As we are writing equation for mesh 1, so we will consider the current of I1. So this I1 current and I3 current are opposite to each other. So here we will be writing I1 minus I3 into R2 is equals to 0. Yeah. So this is the equation for mesh 1 when we apply Kirchhoff's voltage law to mesh 1. This is the symbolic equation we will write as equation number 1. Now again on mesh 2 we will apply KVL. Mesh 2 consists of V2, R3, R4 and R1. In the current R1, in the resistance R1, we have two different currents I2 and I1. As we are writing equation for mesh 2, so we will be considering the current direction of I2 only. So if the similar current will flow, then it will be taken as positive. If the current directions are opposite, it will be treated as negative. So we will be writing the equation V2 minus, from R3 only one current, so it will be R3 into I2 minus R4. From R4 we have two currents I2 and I3. Both are in opposite direction. We are considering I2's current. So R4 I2 minus I3, and for R1 I2 and I1 both are flowing, but we are considering I2's current, so it will be I2 minus I1. This again we will be solving it for the unknowns I1, I2 and I3, and likewise we will be getting the equation number 2. Yeah. Now we will go for the Kirchhoff's voltage law for mesh 3. So we can see here our mesh 3 is F, E, D, H and G, which consists of resistance R2, R4, resistance R5 and the voltage source V3. We have the current I3 over here. As we are writing Kirchhoff's voltage law for mesh 3, we will be considering the current of I3. So here we will be writing like this, V3, then R2. So from R2 we have two different currents I1 and I3. We will be considering I3's direction. So we will be writing I3 minus I1, then minus R4, I3 minus I2, minus from R5 only one current I3 is flowing. So we have I3 R5 is equals to 0. In this way, again for this equation we will have unknowns I1, I2 and I3. We will get this equation. Whatever values we will be having in the given network, as per this we will have the equation in terms of unknowns I1, I2 and I3. That will be our equation number 3. So you can see here that this particular network consists of 3 meshes. We got 3 different simultaneous equations with the 3 unknowns I1, I2 and I3. By solving these simultaneous equations, we will be getting the results of unknown values, that is I1, I2 and I3. So this is the way through which we can solve any given network by using mesh analysis.